happy Monday to you. I hope you had an amazing weekend. Some of you probably would have indulged in the Africa Day celebration over the weekend, and that would make me very happy. You know, to all the fine folks we meet from time to time, and you come to us to say, well, hey, we're enjoying the program in the morning time. We really do appreciate it. Keep watching. And of course, if there's anything that you think is worthy of making it onto the show, you could definitely reach out to us as well, because we wouldn't know everybody. But let's see what's going on in the news desk with Kendall, and then we'll be back.
Good morning. The Ministry of Transport has backpedaled on its decision to discontinue oral theory driving exams. However, the reinstatement of the exam comes with a caveat that the National Association of Driving Schools is unhappy with.
We have quite a few persons who are dyslexic, and also we have persons that doesn't even know what is A from B. So what we are trying to say right now, that we are making a proposal to the ministry as to try to make an assessment of this person to ensure that they're really not able to write the exam. Because don't tell me that one person have to pay. Because every time you do the exam, you have to pay $50 EC. So are you going to tell me that you need to pay at least $200 or in excess of $200 to get a pass certificate at the theory exam or the oral exam?
Driving instructors were informed of the reinstatement a day after the association threatened drastic action if its requests for dialogue on the matter were not met. The PRO of the association has called for further dialogue with the relevant ministry officials, noting that the requirements are unfair to those who are not literate or who have learning disabilities. In other news, the island's Minister for Education has been reacting to the decision by the Caribbean Examinations Council, or CXC, to no longer certify 4 vocational subject areas due to low student registration.
Those subjects are critical to the attainment of the Sustainable Development Goals, not just for St. Lucia, but for the Caribbean as a region. But the CXC has cited that over the years, they've been realizing that the numbers have dwindled as far as students enrolling for the 4 subjects. So it does not make much business sense to them as far as they're concerned to continue offering those subjects. But given the importance of the subject areas in terms of the level of training they afford young people in the Caribbean and how significant those areas are to the development of individual member states and also as a collective, I believe it is something that needs to be revisited.
Regional educators have called the move a slap in the face. The heat wave, which is affecting the island and which is expected to last well into September of this year, has prompted the Ministry of Health here to issue a heat advisory for schools. Parents, teachers, guardians and students are being advised to take the necessary precautions and to be vigilant of the signs of heat-related illnesses.
It would be prudent to limit outdoor activity in the direct sunlight during this time. Additionally, students should be encouraged to increase their consumption of water throughout the day. Ensure that students bring water bottles to school to have water readily available. Also, students should be encouraged to take water breaks during classes. It should be noted that sugary drinks are not a substitute for water, as they contribute to further dehydration.
The ministry says these guidelines are particularly important for the young, who tend to be easily affected by extreme heat and lack the ability to regulate their body temperatures in the way adults can. Students with chronic illnesses, including diabetes, asthma and sickle cell disease, are urged by the ministry to take the necessary precautions during this time. Nurses employed with the Tapia Hospital participated in a secret ballot poll exercise on Thursday, May 23rd. The exercise, which was supervised by officials from the Department of Labor, established by majority that the nurses will have their representational interests now protected by the National Workers' Union, or the NWU. The Labour Commissioner, Mr. Joseph, will soon dispatch a recognition certificate to the National Workers' Union as the bargaining representative for the nurses employed with the medical institution. The NWU says it is in the process of organizing a general meeting for the nurses to appraise them of their role and responsibilities in a unionized environment and to obtain their views so as to prepare a memorandum of proposals on their behalf. These are your top stories. Thanks for watching. Good morning.
Awesome. Thank you, Kendall. We need to take a short break and we'll be right back. Recently with a gentleman from out of Trinidad. Well, he's Trinidadian, but he's a speaker, international speaker. He's been helping business persons all across the globe to find their true purpose or their meaning. Being able to sell themselves is quite vital. And this gentleman here, he does so in a very unique manner. He helps persons to get within their brains, their mindset, to change their thinking. And that's his approach. Here's Rondell. Rondell Voodoo is the name. I'm here joined with Rondell. Rondell Voodoo is, you're Trinidad, right? You're Trinidadian. Yeah,
yes, I'm a Trinidadian.
Of course, certainly. Is Trinidadian, but internationally acclaimed speaker who removes the struggle and doubt from the minds of business owners to help them to develop healthy mindsets that is focused on success. Now, I like that. That means you're delving in on the mindset. So if we can get you to change how you view things, how you interpret things, how you process things in your mind, then half your problems is well, 99.9% of your problems is no more. So I like the fact that you've decided and you've discovered that this is the way to go. If you can get somebody to think success, then obviously
they will materialize it.
Materializing that. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Randolph, and a little bit about, a little bit more. And that's me saying what I see on paper concerning what you do, but tell us a little bit about yourself and what it is that you really do.
Okay, so as you said, my name is Randolph Voodoo. I am the founder, and the educational director of a company called Learn Smart TT. We focus on two aspects of education: elementary school education for students from 7 to 13 years old, and adult life skill education, particularly for what we're talking about today in the areas of speaking with confidence and being able to create messages that have long-lasting impact. So I've been doing speaking for over 21 years. I've been in education for over 16 years. And I've combined the both for the offering that we're discussing here today.
Right. How do you find, how do you find your voice to become the voice of influence? Let's talk about that first. How did you discover that the success was in the mindset?
For me, it started at a tender age. I was about 9. I was at a birthday party with family, and at these 60, 70 odd birthdays, everybody wants to speak. And off of a joke, they were like, "Randolph, do you want to speak?" And at that time when I spoke, I realized everybody was quiet and they were listening and they were attentive. And it made me think that, okay, maybe there is something here. Fast track to when I was about 15, I represented Trinidad and Tobago at an international conference in Louisiana. And of a delegate of 16, I was selected to talk to over 10,000 persons my age. And the same thing happened then. So I realized that I had something of value. I have something inside me. When I speak, I get people to listen. But I wasn't just, I was born with it. I went through my life reflecting and looking at what I could develop and make myself better to ensure that regardless of whatever stage I am on, I can captivate that attention. I can create and curate the message in such a way that persons want to listen. So what I've done is analyze my life, all those years, all those mistakes, all the things that could have been done differently, and I put it into a curriculum and a content framework that can be delivered to others. So I knew when I was nervous, I knew when something was wrong with me, when I was over gesticulating, and I looked at those things and what I needed to change in my mind so that I can now teach people what to change in theirs.
Okay, because I was just about to say to you, most times you either born with this knack or you don't have it at all, but I'm sure sometimes, like you or like me, we weren't born with it, but there's a few things that can be done to be able to, smoke screen it, for want of a better term. You could actually do certain things to give that illusion that I know that and get the same results, are you saying? How important it is for business people, though, to be able to have that knack?
Oh, definitely. It's important for every business person, because even if it's one person, 10 or 1,000, that's your audience. And you have to be able, when you face your audience, if it's that one client that you want to close, that you know the elements of speaking to capture their attention, keep it and leave them with a message that is long lasting, because you're selling something. If it is you don't have the presence and the tonality and the position to captivate this person, they're going to be just hoping for the conversation to end, and they're not going to remember anything that you say. So you have to own the elements now. So if it's one person, like I said, or 1,000, when you speak to them, you capture their attention, keep it, and send them off with something in their minds.
No, you get me all perked up, and give me a few little tricks, a few little tricks, yeah, a little tips, some quick little tips that
not a problem. So people speak about often, most persons who teach public speaking, they talk about practice and preparation, and that is of heavy importance, yes, but you also have to position yourself. When I say position yourself, you have to understand what makes you comfortable. Everybody has a comfort zone, a space, like how it is we talk about singing in the shower.
Yes.
Everybody can sing in the shower and they're comfortable. There is a space where you are comfortable speaking. And you have to analyze and understand the elements of that space, extract them, and put them into the spaces where you are nervous. In addition, now, people tend to think that they want to work around the fear. You have to work through the fear. You have to own it and make it something that works for you. One of the first times I spoke on a stage in Trinidad, because it was my own people, I was nervous. I was shaking. And what I did is, for people not to see me shaking, I held the mic with my two hands and I gripped it tightly so that it wouldn't move. And people took that for passion. Little did they know that this was my nervousness that I was trying to mitigate. So you have to find ways to mitigate your nervousness, as well as find the things that make you comfortable and extract them from your comfort zone, put them where you are nervous. Additionally, now you have to monitor the elements of speaking. What do I do with my eyes? Know what your tones are, manage the different tones. Ensure that you are enunciating and pronunciating your words properly as you go about. You create a rhythm that allows the thoughts to flow from your mind to your mouth effectively. So the same way you have rhythms and beats in music, you can time yourself like that when you speak. And then obviously there are things you can do before, like you take deep breaths, you pronounce your vowels, opening your mouth correctly. And when I say take deep breaths, you breathe from your abdomen, not your chest, to ensure that the air is coming out and that kind of thing. So that's just a couple tips.
Absolutely. Now, how can our viewers, find out more about what it is you do and how it is that you can help them?
They can send us an email at learnsmartt@outlook.com, or they can send us a WhatsApp message at 868-370-9426.
Wonderful. Randolph, you were awesome this morning. I mean, I didn't even realize the little conversation was going to pique my interest so much and sort of resonate, because you know what? I do what you're talking about, but never on that level. And understanding, hearing it from you this morning and having that, just smiling because, okay, this is something that I'm doing, and it just brought that to me, and I know exactly what you're saying, and you're right, it's so vital. Sometimes because some of us have it naturally, we tend to gloss over the fact that there's a lot of people who struggle with that and need assistance in that department. So I'm happy that you've taken on that mantle.
No problem. Thank you for having me here this morning.
It was a wonderful moment, darling. Enjoy the rest of the day.
You take care.
All right. Also on this weekend, this Saturday to be exact, will be the launch of the Groseley Carnival. The chairperson of the Groseley Carnival Committee, Kirby Sidney, catch up with us to shed some light on that. Ooh. Wow, there you go. Regal, that's what it is. Africa Day was celebrated over the weekend. Quite a number of activities were observed on the island, including something from ICA. And hopefully we'll get some footages from that in the future. But what was of note, we did give you some insight as the current school and the teacher there, Jarlene Charles, and the rest of her team, they put on something because they wanted to get that sort of energy entrenched into the school setting, and I thought that was quite noble, and we were able to catch some of the action from last Friday.
and welcome to this morning's SocaCize session. Leading the wine, we have Sarah, Laurie, and Shani. Let's get ready to sweat with SocaCize. For this morning's workout, we will be doing a wine and tone routine to Moonlight by TJ. Let's begin.
One cell, let them know this.
So we're going to just move the hips side to side. We're going to go down and up, down. Nice and gentle, and up. Hip, hit, and. And you squeeze in the core. 4, 3, 2, next side, and. 4, 3, 2, hip, going up and down. Up, 2, 3, roll it. Again, hip, roll it. Give yourself some love. Down. Take it up. Side. Expensive park, some gal na no talk, touchy spa fi massage your body na no flaws. 4, 3, 2, switch, and. She said our last boyfriend na all star, cause him lazy and always love talk. 4, 3, 2, hip, up and down. Roll it. Hip. Roll it. And love. Take it up. Hip and. 4, 3, 2, next side, and. 4, 3, 2, hip, up and down, and. Roll it. Next side, hip. Roll it. Give yourself some love. Take it up. That was this morning's session. Thank you for choosing to flaunt with SocaCize. We hope that you're feeling sexy, sultry, and strong.
Right, well, there you have it. That's our Monday show. What a way to kick off the new week. I hope you're going to go on out and be definitely awesome and great today. Production, man. Let's put that spirit into there. It's the start of a new week. Breathe and go on out and be just great and awesome. Let's do it again tomorrow for another DBS This Morning right here on this program.